salutations, and what is going on, fans and foes alike? That's actually a weird one to say, but try to see how it works out. And heyo, what's going on? I am Angel Star, your known knowledger of the unknown, here on, will soon to be Star Jettison. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, well, I did mention in an update I'm going to be doing a bit of a channel rebrand. And we've officially came up with a perfect name. Well, I guess me, since I'm the only one here. And that name is Star Jettison. We'll go in more detail about that later on down the line. But let's just say, hey, you're going to see some pretty cool new stuff happening. There will be some assets that will stay the same, like I will say the starting stream and ending stream will get a slight alterations, but we will still be rocking and rolling and doing other cool stuff. Speaking of cool, for those who don't know, I did a poll on what games you'd want me to play on YouTube, as well as Twitch, which you can follow over there. Especially considering we are still a viewer short on consistently of 3 or more viewers on that site. And remember, if we don't make it to the end of that, if we don't make it to affiliate by the end of this year, we'll basically be giving up on Twitch and just keep on streaming on YouTube. And of course, we will lose out on the possibility of a commentary on Abridged Tokyo Ghoul and all my other Abridged projects, as well as an entire watch through of X-Arm, which honestly I think is probably music to my ears. Because that anime is garbage. Anywho, as I was saying, the poll basically ended in a tie between Mario and Luigi Brothership and the game we'll be playing today, which is the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And I don't just mean we're just going to play the first game, or just the trilogy. We're going to play all 6 mainline titles of the series. I would also talk about the Great Ace Attorney Investigations as well as the other one with Miles Edgeworth, but I decided we're not going to do that until I get those games, which I don't. And Christmas, I actually did get the Apollo Justice collection, in which, funny enough, I actually do have all 3 on the 3DS, but can't stream that because I don't have a game capture for that, unfortunately. But if I did, we would do an entire playthrough of Ever Oasis. Would let you know on that one. Anywho, so I made an ultimatum. So I've decided that we'll do a bi-weekly stream of Mario & Luigi and then switch it back to Ace Attorney from time to time. So that way, it's never boring every time. I should also let you know, hopefully tomorrow or the next day, I do have a full video coming out, which is actually something I streamed a while back with a few friends. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. I just have to export and upload it after the stream. So anyways, Ace Attorney, who's ready to play? Because I know I am. And I mean, I did an entire moveset with Pierre from Designing 4. Hey, Pierre, if you happen to see this, heyo! Oh, it was really fun to working with you on this moveset. And it's definitely made me... It's probably the best excuse for me to actually finally play the series, because I've never played Ace Attorney before. And of course, we're going to be starting with the first one, then we'll work for Justice for All, then Trials and Tribulations. At least I think that's how the trailers were. So, where to begin? So, let's all rise, sit back down, and watch as court is now in session. Alright, I guess we start off with the first one. The first turnabout. Gasp. Gasp. Hard to believe this was originally a Game Boy Advance game.
Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it.
August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court. Defendant lobby number 2. Hey, how's it going? And Stormy Chef, welcome on. Boy, am I nervous. Phoenix, not me. Anyways, as promised, we'll be doing bi-weekly of, if you didn't hear, bi-weekly we'll be doing Ace Attorney, and then Mario and Luigi, and then back to Ace Attorney. So that means next week we will be playing Mario and Luigi Brothership again, and on the YouTubes. And also, I'll be doing fun little wacky voices. And so my throat doesn't get tired, I've got lemonade. Oh, that's good to hear. I need to actually get back to watching that. I decided to binge all of Mashal one day. Only season 1. I haven't seen season 2 yet. Right. Hiya, Chief. Whew. I'm glad you made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Yeah, I saw that too. That was awesome. Yeah, honestly, I'm excited that I'm not gonna lie, I feel like DK's been needing a bit of a new look, because he always looks grumpy with his eyebrows. Like, I'm okay with it. And it's hard to tell whether or not he's gonna stay that way, or it's gonna be another design down the line, because sometimes you need to adjust characters in some way, but sometimes you don't. You still have the identity of the character. Plus, not to mention, it's more based off, I think, his classic donk. It's a mixture of his modern with his classical. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you and your client as well. Thanks? Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? Yeah, basically. Yeah, he got big fat cheeks. Like a squirrel. You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. Yeah, he definitely looks like a very Angie boy. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely the N64 vibe you're getting. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over, dude. I'm like finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I just can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Yeah, that's kind of true, I guess. Though, speaking of which, Smash is going to be now in the speculation now, since, you know, we're now entering a new console era. It means Smash speculation is back on the air. Oh, and if you're still wondering about Set for Smash Season 6, once we hit the 5K sub goal, I will upload a video and open the poll for all your choices of who you want to see in Smash. Video game only. There's going to be rules. Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. Though I do like that Wario has a bit of muscle as well as fat. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. Ugh, man. Even his name's pathetic. For one, his name's Larry. Only one guy can rock the name Larry, and his last name is Butts. Well, considering that there's talk that there's going to be 24 racers, that technically means that the roster is basically, mathematically speaking, that means the roster is probably going to be, if not 48 to 96 characters. If we're not including cosmetics as an inclusion as well, if that's a possibility. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah, don't know if it's going to be called wild. And what's even more crazier if you think about it, it looks like the races are going to be more off-road-ish. Unless there's going to be like a whole open world theme. Diddy Kong Racing style. That'd be kind of cool. In the 20 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 2. Oh, court is now in session.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ahem. Mr. Wright.
Well, there's only one track.
This is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Yes, Your Honor. And shaking, eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
Larry Butts. The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep going. It's about you, and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... wait. Uh-oh. No, wait, I forgot! Drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim... of course, I know the victim's name. Just forget, temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press the R button to check it anytime, okay? Remember, check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Cindy's autopsy. Profiles. Mia Fey, Chief Attorney Finn, my boss, and very good defense attorney. Cindy Stone. Oh, the model, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. And Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Should be an easy case. Cause of death, loss of blood to blunt trauma. Death was on August 31st from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m.
Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case?
Wait, is it... I would laugh if it's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of the death? She died because she was...
hit with a blunt object. She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Because because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then, first a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim.
I see. The court accepts this into evidence.
The statue in the shape of the Thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. Okay, so... Oh, that's kind of true. Oh, that's an interesting way of thinking of it. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R button to check the court record frequently. All right.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls defendant Mr. Butts to the stand.
Chief? What do I do now? Well, yeah, that's kind of makes sense. This is a Capcom game. Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yeah, I don't like the term that they use, excited easily.
Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were recording together. We're Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. He's real twitchy about it. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men.
Oh, I thought his name was Rockman.
She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on July 30th, the day before the murder.
Indeed. She appears to have returned to the day before the murder.
Dude, no way!
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. He took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Oh, that's interesting. Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Oh boy, here we go. Should I... Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case.
Oof, wince.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is not looking good. Oh, that's kind of cool. That's a shame I don't know much about tokusatsu.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? I think have him answer honestly. I know. I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah. I was there. I went.
Oh, that was a bad idea.
Order! Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man, so I, didn't see her. Ooh. Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
Uh-oh.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It
Frank saw it.
to the stand.
Hey, Frank. Hey, who saw that? Hey, did anyone see that? Oh, did anyone see what happened the day before? Oh, yeah, Frank saw it. Oh, I wish I could blink. Oh, we're giving him the Mark Hamill treatment.
Mr. Saw, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is that correct?
Oh, yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr.
Sort, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness testimony.
I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there.
Barry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Saw used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your per usual.
Blackout record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime.
Now, Mr. Wright,
Yes? Yes, Your Honor.
you may begin your cross-examination.
Cross-examination? Your Honor? All right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies within the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness testimony. Then once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with R and point the contradictions with the testimonies. Okay, first things first. Before we start the cross-examination, I am thirsty, and my throat and the Hamill voice is killing me. Okay. Press. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him.
I don't know. He just seemed strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime.
The defense requests that the witness refrain from conjecture.
Of course, what the witness means is just that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next?
Hold it. Half open. You saw?
Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door.
Well, I only watched the one that's on Netflix. I haven't started season 2.
That's odd. In a big city like this, I thought.
I see. And what happened next?
What gave you the idea to do that?
Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to peek? We climb mountains because they are there. It's the same thing.
True words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside.
Why did Payne cut him off so quickly?
So you looked in the apartment. What happened then?
Then I saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead.
Are you sure she was dead? Oh, that's cool.
Well, no, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere.
I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well. What happened next? So you didn't touch anything in the apartment?
Yes, I mean, no, nothing.
Okay, what happened next?
I thought to call the police immediately.
You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Yeah, well, Netflix has always been bad at marketing specific animes.
Please, listen to the rest of the testimony. You thought to call the police. What happened next?
Over the phone.
Okay, let's see. The phone in her apartment wasn't working?
Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't right.
But you said you didn't get into the apartment, or did you?
Oh, I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on the shelf of the entryway. I reached inside and tried to use it, that to call.
And the phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next?
Why was a public phone?
Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone.
That's true, too.
And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer to nearby apartments.
All right, what time did you call again? Exactly 1 p.m. 1 p.m.? Are you certain?
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Let's see. Oh, wait, that's not right. The time of death was 4 to 5. Yet the murder happened. Yet he said he called the death at 1. Then, and I think that's correct. You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Ooh, frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was somewhere after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. Wow, that's a very long arc. I know they basically skimmed through a lot of the original anime, too. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sort? Were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
Well, gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Yeah, considering the time era it first came in, I can totally understand that. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story follows apart. Wait, I remember now.
Would you care to give your testimony again?
Time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video or taped program.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, and one of the wrestlers is part of a certain group. We're not going to say who, and don't type it, please.
That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. And I think I know which one it is. I'm gonna... Okay. This is the contradiction. Oh! Hold it right there! The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. What? You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Hey, well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sort?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
Wait, I remember now. Mr. Sort, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. Very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught.
I didn't murder her. Who would think that?
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sort. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Hearing the time.
Actually, I didn't hear the time, I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear it. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, was there? I'm gonna press on that one. A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene?
It's the first I've heard of it.
Yes, the murder weapon?
Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Didn't you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something?
Something's fishy here. Alright. And that would be the thinker. This is the murder weapon. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Saw.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Yeah, Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud.
Ooh, that's interesting.
As it doesn't look like a clock, they submit it as a statue. My apologies.
I see.
So the murder weapon was a table clock after all.
Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. I think, well, remember, Saw it killed him. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there.
I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and shook of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw it. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture.
Baseless? Just look at the witness's face.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
You know, actually, I'm not gonna lie, that would actually go hard, considering he's also a lawyer.
I never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I saw.
Yeah!
Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn. Give him death. Order in the court. I say.
Yeah, She-Hulk 2, but not the modern one by Disney.
Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims.
Mr. Wright?
Your Honor?
You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
The whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor? The sound Mr. Saw heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear is simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25.
It certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, we've heard the clock.
What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sawet heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawet, try to talk your way out of this one. Oh, didn't know that. Teresa Russo from was She-Hulk in MVC3.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about now?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can prove that, you don't have a case.
He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it. I was so close.
Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
No. Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawet. I've come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal!
Well, you are a businessman, so you're technically evil. Ayo! Oh, why did I choose the Mark Hamill impression?
You lawyers are all slimes!
I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Yeah, honestly. I mean, there is a mod now that actually really revamps the designs. Not so fast, Mr. Sawet. Chief? Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time thinking about the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Well, yeah, but that's because they were owned by, I think they were still owned by Fox at the time. Because, you know, licensing disputes and all that crap. Right? Double right. Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? I think I have an idea. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have it somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove that my claim beyond a doubt.
Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Yeah, and hey, on the plus side, at least we got Marvel Rivals.
Let's see the evidence that proves why the clock was slow.
And I think it's this, the passport. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. And as we know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. Oh, snap!
The victim hadn't
reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead was in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawet? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? Ooh! Hey.
Order, I say.
Yeah, Fantastic Four is a fantastic shame, honestly. But hey, we got Fantastic Four and Rivals, so that's probably showing a good sign of the future.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Woo! Innocent! 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 And with that, this court is adjourned.
All right, victory for us. Oh, and happy for me, I don't have to do the Mark Hamill voice for that guy again, unless he comes up in another case. But hopefully that's never going to happen again. And it turns out that Frank Sott was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sott let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching the place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sott grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Yeah, honestly, I'd love to see a Marvel vs. Capcom 4. A proper 4. Though I think it'd be fun to do another franchise entirely. Like, imagine it, like Capcom versus Independence. Featuring Shovel Knight, Yooka-Laylee, and Hyperlife Drifter. Phew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Capcom v. Capcom v. Well, that'd just be like a Capcom verse. That'd just be called Capcom Versus. Or just basically a Capcom All-Stars. Or his battle.
My life is over, dude.
Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon.
Good. Wait, no, I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. Well, that makes sense. Maybe we'll get a Capcom versus SNK 3. Because that's kind of feels like that's what they're building up to. Congratulations, Harry. Harry?
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh no, I couldn't.
I was the one who got...
I was the one who got you off the hook. You know, actually, now I think about it, considering that the new Switch 2 has basically a mouse controller, maybe it's possible they'll probably do a DS online service as well as Wii. Because think about it, you could use that as like as an optional Wiimote now. Don't you think?
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick.
I don't know. I guess it's probably... I don't know. Playing DS games on with a mouse just sounds like emulation in a nutshell. Joking aside.
And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry?
Larry. And don't forget, the Switch has Wiimote functionality with its HD rumble. I mean, if you played Mario... Well, actually, you probably couldn't. I've actually played 3D also. Oh, sweet. Are you sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Do you have something to show your friend? Huh. What else did they also rumor? Anything Smash Bros. Related? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah. Right. What the heck is she talking about? The Thinker. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chunter.
Huh? What about this clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever. She probably just needed a clock. That's all.
Well, we'll probably find out more in April, hopefully. I'm actually excited. Though you probably won't see me having a Switch 2 in the future, since I can't really afford it.
You think so?
It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. You never really know if your clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me. We'll drink a toast on to innocent butts. Yeah! Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why he became a lawyer was because of him? Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial has come to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." And I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock you gave me I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. That's true, but hey, if they do make a Robobot remake, that does mean that we'll also probably get a Susie-based story mode. And of course, we all know Susie is one of the best new characters in Kirby. It would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. Well, I guess that's the end of Phoenix Wright. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Or they'll probably make another one. All right. All right, our first case done. Nope. Hello. This is Maya. Hey Maya, it's me. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Sorry, I've been so busy. How have you been? Yeah, that is also very weird. Triple Deluxe was pretty good. Unless it's basically like a 3DS collection. Like I don't know, Kirby Planet Robobot Triple Deluxe Edition. Not true. Well, lonely. And it's all your fault. Nah, I'm just teasing. I've been great. I'm finally getting used to having my own place. That's good to hear. Actually, I'm calling because I have a favor to ask. I know. You want me to hold evidence for you. Sharp as always. There's a lot of buzz about the upcoming trial. I just don't feel safe keeping the evidence here. I gotcha. So, what is it this time? It's a clock. A clock? Yes, made to look like a statue, a thinker. And it tells you the time. I thought you might like it. You always like toys. Yeah, exactly, a duo pack. Hey, I'm not a little girl anymore, sis. Now, you know I'm only teasing. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. I put some papers inside it instead. Papers? Is that the evidence then? Well, there's a possibility it might turn out that way. Yes. Honestly, I thought the game was really great. It's still considered peak Kirby. Can you come to my office by 9 o'clock to pick it up? I'll be in the pre-trial meeting until then. Okay, sis, but I expect dinner. Something good. Like burgers. Yeah, poison's very overpowered. I could really go for a good burger. Okay. We'll hit the usual joint. All right, it's a deal. Okay, sis. See you soon. Yep, I'll be waiting, Maya. Conversation recorded. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Yeah, it's still kind of, it was weak at first, but I think with the free updates of all the characters, it definitely got a lot better. September 5th, 8:57 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Now, Miss Fay, I'll take what's mine, the papers. I'm sorry, but I can't give you what I don't have. Miss Fay, are you a poor liar? Why, I see it right over there. That must be the thinker that swallowed those papers. How could you know? You're not cogniferous of my background. Gathering information is my business, you see. I should have been more careful. Oh, my dear Miss Fay, I'm so very sorry. But I'm afraid I must ask you for this one thing. Your eternal silence. Farewell. Oh, no, Fay! Oh, no! Oh my god, that guy is so purple. Red, white, blue. We're giving him a southern accent. We're giving him the full American feel. September 5th, 9:08 p.m. Fay & Co. Law Offices. Uh-oh, I'm late. Not really, no. I don't know the perfect combo. Air plus bomb. Huh? That's strange. Guess the chief left without me. She said her sister was coming over, so we should all go out for dinner. Huh? What's that smell? Blood? Mia! Maybe she's in her office. Smell blood. Off it. Oh no! I smell blood. Sobbing. Sis? Someone's there? Oh no! Me is dead! Chief? Chief? Chief! I guess this is... And it's Maya. Who are you? The strange girl dropped out cold. I left her lying on the office sofa. I went back to the chief where she laid under the window. Her body was still warm. I could feel it when I felt her shoulder. Then, all too quickly, it began to fade. Until finally, she was cold. That purple pompous prick that killed our boss! Chief. It's hard seeing her like this. If there are any clues here, she was struck on the head with a blunt object. She probably died instantly. The thinker, lying next to her, must have been the murder weapon. Looks like a statue, but it's actually a clock made by Larry Butts. There's some glass shards in the chief's body. This is the glass stand and my broken remains of glass still light stand, broken beyond all recognition. Well, they are planning on doing 2 different types of Kirby games, classical and now 3D. Nothing else seems to be a clue here. Piece of paper. It must have fallen from his hand. Could be a word written in blood and a scrap of paper. Maya. Did Mia write this? This piece of paper is a receipt from a department store, dated yesterday. Department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. I think that's enough snooping around for now. Better call the police. Find out what the girl was doing here. Okay, there's the phone. Right, I better call the police. That's funny. 2 of the screws on the receiver are missing. Looks like someone was halfway through taking it apart. Police!
Please, come quick.
Who was that? Someone screamed from outside the window. She's staring right at me. She's holding a phone in her hand. Safeco ledger book. Everything is written in Chief's ultra-neat handwriting. Small office, but it makes a good bit of money. There's a large building right across the Gateway Hotel. Nice luxurious place. Floor. Chief's chair. It's full functional design. Feels pretty good to sit in, too. All the chief's important documents are packed in here. This is where she filed all her case records and recent rulings. Computer. A perfectly normal office computer. The chief had a very particular policy about office support. Spend big on stuff the clients use, but keep your own stuff simple. Surprising, the chief is never good with machines. About all she used this PC was for emails. She picked up the ancient model from some garage sale, practically nothing. girl just now? Where'd she go? I put her right there on the on that sofa. Uh-oh. I hope she didn't run on me. Yay! Yeah, that makes sense. Superstar with ultra abilities. Don't scare me like that! Excuse me, but who are you? It's okay. I work here. Maya. Maya Fey. Maya. Fey? Maya. So Mia was writing this girl's name. Maybe I should show her the receipt. I never thought there'd be a use of evidence like this outside the courtroom. She needs me in shock. I don't want to disturb her. I have to know. Excuse me. Can you tell me what happened? Came in. The room was dark. Sis. She was already dead. So, you're the chief's sister. I'm her younger sister. You were here, visiting? It's late at night? Yeah. She said she wanted me to keep some evidence. Evidence? Yes. It was that clock. It was the thinker. Before Mia died, she wrote a message with her own blood. She wrote it on the back of this receipt. That's my name! Why? Why would she write my name? Please, just calm down. Why would she write my name? Oh, now I've done it. It's the 5-0! The police. Sounds like they're coming this way.
Freeze! Police!
Alright, I'm Detective Dick Gumshoe, see?
Gumshoe? That's not a name.
We received a report that it's from the building across the way, see? Got a person saying they saw a murder.
It must have been that woman I saw. But she literally called the moment after she was dead.
Anyway, I don't want either of you moving 1 inch, okay?
Great. Just great. Yeah, wait, she wouldn't have...
Whoa! Excuse me. The word Maya here mean anything to you?
That's my name.
What? The victim threw this here note in her own blood, see? With her dying breath, he wrote down the killer's name.
Killer? I'm not...
Case closed. You're coming down to the precinct, ma'am.
What? And great, her sister's being framed for murder? Mia's younger sister, Maya, was arrested on the spot. I was taken in for questioning and didn't get out until the next morning. My eyes were heavy, but I couldn't sleep. I sat around waiting for visiting hours to begin at the detention center. I had to talk to Maya as soon as possible. September 6th, 9:07 a.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. Wow. That poor Maya locked up like a criminal. Oh. It's you, the lawyer. Good morning. Good morning. She looks so tired. Are you going to be my attorney? Well, that's what I want to talk to you about. It's up to you. Better give it straight. It's up to you. Up to me? Yes. I don't think this is something I should decide. After all, you're the one in trouble here. They're never going to believe me, are they? Even you. You found me in the office. You looked at me like I had done it. Did I look at her like that? No, I never thought. It's okay. I understand. And I've also heard about you. Heard? Heard? What about me? I was talking to my sister on the phone the other day. Today was my junior's partner's first time in court. Wow, really? How'd that go? It was quite the scene. Honestly, I was on edge the whole time. It's been a while. So, he crashed and burned? He's a genius. One of those strike fear into the hearts of evil types. The only thing he's lacking is experience. Huh, sounds like it was fun. Well, I know who to go if I ever got into trouble now. I don't know, Maya. I think you might want to wait. Give him 3 more years. That is, unless you want to be found guilty. That's what she said. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. No, it's okay. It's true, I guess. But at the same time, I can't just sit by and watch. When I think of the person who did this to Mia... I know. We gotta talk. There's something I've been wanting to ask you. Yes? What's with that outfit? Oh, this? This is what all occultics wear. In my inform, you could say. Occultic? Acolytes? Oh, acolytes. That's what it's pronounced. Like people in the religious training? What is it you do? Oh, it's nothing strange, really. I'm a spirit medium in training. A spirit medium? Well, I'm pretty sure that qualifies as strange. Tell me about the day of the murder. Yes. Let's see, that morning I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. Evidence? Yes, that clock shaped like Linker. The one Larry made. How could that have been evidence in a case? Right. She said something about that. I remember. Do you want to hear it in her own voice? Her own voice? Yes. I'm pretty sure our conversation is on my cell phone. You recorded it? Yeah. I forgot how to delete those things. So, you say you have a conversation with your sister on your cell phone. Let's hear it. Right. Oh, I just remembered the detective took my cell phone. Sorry. Oh, right. Of course. Next time I see Detective Gumshoe, I'll ask him for it. I'll write you a note so you don't forget, okay? Sure, thanks. Residence of the conversation I have with my sister is recorded on my cell phone. Spirit mediums. So you're an acolyte? Or medium in training? That's right. The Fae family, especially the women, have always been very sensitive to the spirit world. Wait a second. You said the Fae family? So Mia was into this stuff too? Of course. She left the mountain to follow her career, she said. Her powers were first class too. I had no idea. Wait. What? So you're a real honest-to-goodness spirit medium with ESP and all that? Yes, in training. Well, can't you contact Mia's spirit then? We could just ask her who killed her. I'm sorry. I'm still in training. I couldn't do something on that level. I thought that would be too easy. Huh? Something the matter? I was wondering, could I ask you a favor? This is the address of a famous lawyer. My sister gave me this a long time ago. Said if I ever was in trouble, I should call him. And, well, I'm in trouble. Do you think you could go and ask him to represent me? Accept. Sure, why not? I'll go ask. Thank you so much. I have no idea. I have no one else to turn to. Say, what about your parents? I see. Don't worry. Leave it to me. Thank you. Trial's tomorrow. 10 a.m. What? Tomorrow? Tomorrow. This guy refuses. He told me that if I don't find one, Satan will pick my attorney to defend me. Will that happen? They're giving me until 4 this afternoon. The visiting hours are almost up. I better hurry. Right. I'll be back. Could you tell me more about the murder? Sorry. I know it must be hard. No, it's okay. All I've been doing, the last few hours is talking about it. Kind of gotten used to it. See, that morning, I got a call from my sister. She wanted me to hold on to a piece of evidence for an upcoming trial. That's the thinker clock that Larry made. It practically qualifies as a serial murder weapon by the probably calls it as a serial murderer by now. So then, when did you arrive at the office? It was right around 9. The lights were off and I could smell blood. And I found her, my sister. Thanks, Maya. That's all I need to hear for now. So I guess this is where we have to go. Grossberg Law's offices. September 6th, Grossberg Law offices. According to the receptionist, the big boss is out. She couldn't say when he'd be back. It's hard to keep track of everything when you're a famous lawyer. Not to mention, run an office like this. Guess I'll have to just come back later. That painting has been bugging me ever since I stepped in here. The oil paint is so thick, it's practically giving me a stuffed nose. I'm sure the price is nothing to sneeze at, either, for that matter. Expensive-looking mahogany bookshelves filled with expensive-looking books. Funny. They don't look like they've ever been read. No clues. A solid mahogany desk. The wood's been polished to a deep luster. A table for clients. An elegant ebony case. If I'm not mistaken, that lighter is made of solid gold. Even I can tell someone in here's got money to burn. Expensive potted plant. No idea what kind of plant it is. It's probably the most expensive one available. Alright. Let's head back to the office. The office is filled with police officers. They're all busy searching for clues.
Hey, you there! This is a crime scene, pal. No trespassing. Sorry. Don't I know you from somewhere? Wait, you're the Butts guy, aren't you?
No, Phoenix Wright. How can anyone mistake me for Larry?
I guess I got the wrong man, Mr. Wright. Sorry about that. That Butts guy, he was a killer. And you're no killer, right?
He was proven innocent!
Right.
Right, and you are... Suede Shoes Gumtree? Gumshoe. Gumshoe, wasn't it? Dick Gumshoe?
Right, at your service. Hang on, that's Detective Gumshoe to you, pal. Anyway, get the name right. And don't go call me Dick. That's what the ladies call me.
Joking. That's a joke. Don't clip that. Hey, Dick.
Hey, Dick, get over here. Yes, sir. Be right there. You're a lawyer, what, pal? You got business here, you bad door quick.
Whew. He thinks I'm a miles lawyer. Okay, let's talk to him. About Miss Faye. Did you do an autopsy?
You want to know the results, eh? Now don't you look at me like that, pal. It's no use. You might have been your boss, but that doesn't mean you'll get any special treatment. Alright, you can see the report, but that's all.
Time of death, 9 p.m. and on September 5th. Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. About Maya.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the trial. Sorry, pal, but this is one trial you aren't gonna win.
Why do you say that?
You see, he's put Prosecutor Edgeworth on the prosecution.
Edgeworth?
I'm sure you know what that means. You being a lawyer and all.
Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth.
That's right, pal. Mr. Miles Edgeworth himself. Wait, you do know him, don't you?
Of course I do. I know him. He's a feared prosecutor. He doesn't feel pain. He doesn't feel remorse. Wow, cold-hearted. He won't stop until he gets his guilty verdict. So basically, on a scale of 1 to 10, from a scale of 1 to 10, you're fucked.
Oh, don't talk about him that way. You make him barely sound human. I'm afraid this pretty much decides the case.
So Edgeworth is on this one. He hasn't lost a case since he became a prosecutor at the incredibly young age of 20. 20's not that young. Of course, there are rumors of back alley deals and forged evidence. All I know for sure is that Edgeworth hates crime with an almost abnormal passion. I never imagined I'd be facing him so soon. Oh wait, I was wondering, did you see my face cell phone? Oh, Dad, I have Dad. Do you think you could give it back? Sure, I mean, wait a second, pal. Tricky lawyer. Uh-oh, he's on to me. Tell him straight. If I tell him why I want it, there's no way he'll give it to me. Something the matter? Oh, no. It's just, detective. Nope. I know nothing, pal. That cell phone has a lot of numbers on it. Like her boyfriend's. The cell phone holds all little girl's sweetest and spiciest secrets. You trying to confuse me? Sorry, pal. I already checked all the numbers in memory. Impressive. You're quite the detective. Yeah, here. You can have the phone back. There weren't any suspicious call records in there after all. Seems she didn't notice the recorded conversation. What's the conversation between the chief and Maya? Alright. Check the court record to hear the record conversation. I guess I have asked all the questions I need to. You all done, pal? Yeah, thank you. I'll be heading out now. Oh, wait. One more thing I wanted me to do. I don't suppose you'll plan on talking to that witness. Anyway, you better not. No influencing the witness with your lawyering ways, pal. Come to think of it, I had completely forgotten about her. The witness? Yeah, Miss April May. April May what? I'm sorry about this. But I can't tell you anything about it. Well, you just told me your name, Miss May, huh? So you sent her home already, then? You trying your lorry tricks on me now? You're not to go outside her room until the trial. So she's still in the hotel across the way. I guess I should know better than to try to get a detective to leak information. You got that right, pal. Time to pay a visit to Miss May. You know what's up? It's Clark. Right. That's lame. What if you said papers that I haven't seen? Okay, yep, that's. Alright. Alright, let's show you the Gatewater Hotel. September 6th, Gatewater Hotel, room 303.
Well, hello there, handsome.
Hi. Smooth, right? Real smooth.
You're the lawyer, aren't you? The detective told me. He said don't say nothing to that lawyer, pal. Tee-hee.
And myself. Thank Detective Gumshoe for making my job harder.
Gee, this is all like something out of a movie. It's all so exciting, I can hardly contain myself.
Oh.
Let me go freshen up so I can look the part of the beautiful eyewitness.
I pay the lawyer that has to calmly examine this one. Okay, this one's very suspicious. There's a screwdriver stuck in a drawer. I wonder what's inside. Let's take a look.
Hey! What are you doing? No touching!
Oh,
Bad boy! You really shouldn't pry into other people's rooms now. You wouldn't want me to make upset, would you?
upset. I thought she was going to explode for a second there. What could be inside that drawer? Do you think you could tell me something? I need to describe what you observed at the time of the incident.
Oh, observe incident. You sound like a lawyer in the movies. I like a man with a big vocabulary.
Yeah, vocabulary. That's the word we're gonna use. Better not encourage her. You know that thing, that happened the other day, the bad thing. What did you see when it happened? I don't suppose you could tell me about it, pretty please?
Let me see, well, dream on. If you want to know, you'll have to come to court tomorrow, Mr. Lawyer.
Oh boy. Could you just... Who exactly are you?
Oh, Mr. Lawyer, are you hitting on me?
No! Hey, I'm just doing my job here.
Hee, you know, you're cute when you blush.
Believe me, this is the first time in my life I've ever blushed this much. Gee, I wonder why. Right, can you just tell me what is it you do?
Well, no. Hee, and you had your little hopes up, didn't you?
Oh boy. I see there are 2 glasses on the table. Is someone staying here with you?
Oh, what amazing powers of observation. You must be one of those famous detectives like on television.
Oh no, not me. I'm just a lawyer.
Say, Mr. Big Detective, why don't you go look for clues in the garbage? Miss May doesn't look like nosy little lawyers.
Oh boy. Hey, how do you know maze? Okay, I can't go with the screwdriver. Flowers are fake, as expected. I know sunflowers and tulips, but that's about the extent of my floral knowledge. Ah, still seeing painting. Wait. Should that be still life? Whatever. One of those is hanging in the wall. The late summer sunlight streams through the window. There's the Fay & Co. law offices building, of course. You can see the inside of the room pretty clearly from here. I think it would be a little difficult to recognize a face from this distance, though. Bottle of 2 glasses and on the table. Somebody must have been staying with her. Simple bed. It's been recently made. Nothing eye-catching here. I'm gonna try again. What's inside one? Maybe later. Alright, let's go back to Grossberg's offices. Seems like Mr. Grossberg's out. Well, maybe I should just wait here for him to come back. That was the most over-the-top clearing of the throat I've ever heard.
You're the one they say has been looking for me.
Yes, that's me. He looks even grander than I imagined.
That badge on your collar. Ah, so you're a lawyer, are you now?
Yes, well, yes.
What do you want?
Grossberg. Make him sound like he's wanting to take a nap. That's why he sounds so yawny.
I'm not particularly busy these days. Please proceed.
Not busy? Then how come no one could get in touch with you?
Something the matter. Can't see the one and only Marvin Grossberg, did you not? Well, here I am, boy. What do you want? Out with it.
Well, sir, actually it's about Maya. Maya Fey.
Yes, Maya Fey. Go on.
Why the strange reaction?
Ah-cha-cha. I'm really quite busy here, son. I can't go taking cases on a day's notice. Oh, it's quite impossible.
Wait a second. How did you know the trial was tomorrow?
Anyway, I'm afraid it's entirely possible for me to represent her. Sorry, end discussion.
What's going on? He refused me before I even got a chance to ask him. What do I tell Maya? How can you just refuse like that? Please tell me why you won't take the case.
Well, you see, I'm busy, you see?
But the client is Mia Fey's sister.
Mia trusted you.
Mia trusted you. She knew your sister would be in good hands.
Yes, of course. I know that. However, I'm sorry, but I must refuse. Sorry. Goodbye.
Creep. Fine. I don't have time to argue with you anyway. I'll go look elsewhere. Think not.
I think not.
Did you say something?
I think not, I said.
What do you mean?
I'm terribly, terribly sorry. But I'm afraid that no lawyer worth their salt will take on this particular case. Terribly sorry, my boy.
Why?
I can't say. I beg your pardon, but can you leave now? Well, I have nothing more to discuss with you. I think all this yawning is making myself fall asleep.
I think this was a bad voice choice. What's going on here? How do you know Mia Fey?
She worked here a long time ago. Like the apprentice, that one. Learned my techniques in the blink of an eye. She left one day, quite suddenly. She had a mission, you see.
Mission?
You can see it in her eyes. She followed it with a burning passion, never looked back that one.
That painting. That's quite a painting.
Ah, you notice. It's my pride and joy. Impressive, isn't it? Well, is it? The color of the sky, the hue of the sea, the weave of the straw hat.
Only straw hat in my life is one piece.
It's worth at least $3 million. I have no intention of parting with it, of course.
$3 million? Your salary?
No, I would sell it. Not even to you.
I wasn't interested.
It's not for sale. I'm not buying.
Gee, I'm not buying. Jeez. Well, I guess we gotta break the news to Maya. 3:42 p.m. Almost closing time. Hiya. Oh, you're back. Did you find the lawyer? Well, why tell her? Well, see, just be honest. I really didn't think you should use that guy. He didn't seem healthy. He was all skin and bones. What really happened? You don't mean he refused to help? I see. I've been abandoned then. What about your family? I only had my sister. My father died when I was very young. I don't know where my mother is. Don't know? So she could still be alive. The women in my family have been mediums for generations. They say a lot of spiritual power runs in our blood. About 15 years ago, our family was involved in an incident. There was a man and he ruined our mother's life. Ruined. After that, she disappeared. Several years after that, my sister announced she would become a lawyer. She left the mountain. So, you live by yourself? Yes, I've gotten used to it. Oh, also, I had to become independent, or I would lose my powers. I feel bad for her. All by herself, up on that mountain. So, who was this man who ruined your mother? About 15 years ago, there was an unusual murder case. It made quite a stir. Everyone was talking about it, apparently. The police were running out of leads, and they were getting desperate. Wait, they didn't use the spirit medium, did they? The police convinced my mother to try to contact the victim. Wow, so what happened? The case was solved. We thought. Thought? The man my mother helped the police capture was innocent. The police consultation with the medium had all been carried out in secret, of course. But a man found out about it and leaked it to the press. He told all the papers that my mother was a fraud, and the medium jumped on it big time. My mother, became a laughingstock of the nation. I see. White. Excuse me? White? That was his name. My sister told me. White. Just a little longer now, before the state-appointed lawyer comes, I guess. 4 p.m. Time's up. What should I do? Do I just leave her and go home? No. I'm gonna defend Maya. I've made up my mind. I'm gonna defend you whether you want me to or not.
Why?
Why? Well... someone else is the culprit. You aren't the culprit. Someone else is.
How do you know?
I have a hunch. Given the evidence, it would be easy to assume that Maya was the killer. There's something about this whole thing that smells fishy. That witness' strange behavior, was that all an act? And the way the lawyer refused to help out Maya. More than all that, she has no one left to help her. Nothing is more sad or more lonely than that. I know. I've been there a long, long time ago. Oh, really? Sorry, I was just getting some lemonade. Why did I become a lawyer in the first place? Because someone has to look out for the people who have no one on their side. Maya, I won't abandon you. Count on me.
That's so kind of you. Sniff.
Well, let's fight this one and get you out of here.
Right. Thank you.
She smiled at last. She looks like an entirely different person. Well, they'll probably make another Precure series. Isn't there usually like a new one every yearly or bi-yearly situation? One last question. You are innocent, right?
Yes. And I trust you. So you trust me too, okay?
It's a deal.
So what next?
So what next? There's something that's been bugging me. Just what was inside that strange woman's drawer. Because when I tried to look into that drawer, that she got so all defensive. There has to be something in there. So, I guess we're gonna go back to the Gatewater Hotel.
Good afternoon, sir.
Excuse me, you are...
Ah, I beg your pardon, sir. I am the bellboy of this establishment at your service.
Yeah, I've never actually watched any of the Precures, but I know it's a fan favorite of magical girls. Oh, right.
I've just come to deliver room service, sir.
Do you know where Miss May might be?
Ah, I believe our guest Miss May is currently using the, facilities. If you're in no need of anything, I'll be taking my leave.
Well, yeah, the Precures are pretty popular.
Please, stay as long as you like. Enjoy.
Yeah. Wait, no, hey. Why does it seem like every time I come here, I end up embarrassing myself? Wait, now's my chance to snoop around a bit.
Ah, I almost forgot. Yeah.
You came back quick! You know, honestly, CG animation is not as bad as people say it is. It just depends on the right people who are at using it. I mean, in Band Girls Cry is incredibly good CG anime. And of course, Studio Orange makes some top-notch animation. Land of the Lustrous and Beastars are really fine examples. Also, Drifting Dragons is pretty good.
Might I ask you to inform Miss May that there is a message for her? Please tell her that Mr. White of Blue Corp phoned.
Oh, right, sure. Mr. White of Blue Corp? Where have I heard that name?
White. That was his name. My sister told me.
White was the name of the guy who ruined Mia and Maya's mother? Could it be a coincidence? Alright. In the drawer. There's a screwdriver sticking out of the half-open drawer. Now's my chance to see what's inside. What do we have here? A wiretap? What would a woman like her be doing with a thing like this? Found Miss May's hotel room. There's definitely something suspicious about this Miss May. Why would she have something like this in her hotel room? There's a story behind all this, I know it. All right. I'll be using this bit of evidence in tomorrow's trial. That's for sure. For May's sake, I'll get to this woman's bottom. Wait, I mean, you know what I mean. I'll get to the bottom. Oh, bellboy.
Oh, bellboy, you still there?
Uh-oh. Time to scram. I look forward to tangling with you tomorrow, Miss May. In court. To be continued. All right. Looks like today... Day 2, the trial. Oh, my throat's gonna die on me if this... Well, at least since I'm not doing the Mark Hamill stuff. There he is.
Court is now in session for the trial, Miss Maya Fey. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Yes, this is the bellboy impression, but look at that ascot. I look elegant, no?
The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Hedgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. Oh, Beautiful Joe. That's a pretty good series. You know, there's actually an anime of it.
Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, was on the scene of the crime. The prosecution has evidence she committed this murder, and we have witnesses who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts on this case, Your Honor. I see. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor, the prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicide down the precinct, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. Very well, sir. Let me use the floor map of the office to explain. The body was found by the window here, and the cause of death, loss of blood due to being struck by a blunt object, sir. The murder weapon was a statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir.
The court accepts the statue as evidence. You're still calling it a statue. Floor plans.
Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I have hard evidence today, sir. Detective Gumshoe, please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Like, how much girth there is. Sorry, I'm being inappropriate. It's kind of funny.
Okay, witness testimony.
As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed the scene. There were two people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder.
The very moment, you say. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Cross-examine what? I could see a single contradiction in the testimony. Whoosh! Hey, Miles, just threw something at me. What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradictions in the witness testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. All right, let's give it a try.
Something the matter?
No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. Okay, let's press. Who did you say you got the call from?
Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right? Across from the crime scene.
Okay. I press. Not sure it did much, though. Right. Please continue. Detective Gumshoe, how long would you say it took between you receiving the call and your arrival at the scene of the crime?
Right. I'd say it was about 3 minutes.
That's pretty fast.
Our motto this month is quick response. That's how I got there before the killer got away. Indeed. So, tell us who the 2 people you found on the scene were. Yes, sir.
Are you absolutely sure it was us?
Listen, pal, your dumb act will only get you so far. With their funky hippie clothes and your spiky hair, you don't stand up like suspicious people at a crime scene.
Well, he does have a point about her. It looks pretty unmistakable. Well, I should pick my points to press with a little more care. Why is that? What's your reason?
Why, we had a witness account describing her.
Hold on just a second.
Yeah?
If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence. She did it, correct?
Huh? Did I say that? Me?
I heard you say it.
You did say it. You said it.
Exactly what about the suspicious woman in Pink's claim was hard evidence?
What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't Pink, pal. Well, I guess she is Pink.
That's enough. Detective Gumshoe? Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective?
I guess pressing can have its advantages.
Yes. Sorry, I got the order of things mixed up in my testimony, Your Honor, sir. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor.
Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again.
Hard evidence.
After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. That just showed the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's fingers. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name.
Seems open close, unfortunately.
And like that, that's my hard evidence.
Before we begin the cross-examination, I have a question for you, Detective.
Your Honor.
Why didn't you testify about this vital piece of evidence the first time?
I know. I'm really embarrassed I forgot about it, Your Honor, sir.
Try to be more careful. Very well. Defense may begin its cross-examination.
All right. And did you find any evidence?
Now, don't jump the gun on me, pal. Just listen, I'm getting the good part.
I got a bad feeling about this. Just because you found it next to the body doesn't mean the victim wrote it.
Oh, then who did write it, Smarty Pants?
Who? The killer. The killer! Anyone can see that.
Oh, you're saying the killer wrote her own name? Buddy, please.
She was framed.
Hold on.
If that's the case, where's your evidence?
Uh,
I guess that was a bit of a tall order for you. Those without evidence shouldn't open their mouths, Mr. Wright. Yeah, pal.
Ah!
Well, Detective, tell us what was written on that memo you found.
hold it. do you have proof it was Mia who wrote that?
Of course I do, pal. Of course I do, pal.
Uh-oh. You sound pretty confident. Yeah, this might be not good.
Lab test showed that the blood was written on the victims.
What kind of tests were these again?
What kind of? Well, I hear that they take the little bits of the blood that the hermogoblins, hermogoblin, bobbin. I refuse to testify in this matter, pal. I'm not expert on blood tests. Yes, that was quite clear. You may continue with your testimony. Thanks, pal. I mean, Your Honor, sir. Detective Gumshoe? Yeah? And look forward to your next evaluation, as should you. Oh.
That was a mess.
Right. Where was I? Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger.
On which hand was the bloody finger, Detective?
The right hand.
She was right-handed.
Nice try.
Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see where I was going. There.
Before she died, the victim wrote the killer.
Wait, hold on. Wait, but that's not right. I object! Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say the victim, Maya Fey, wrote this note. That was accusing the defendant, Maya Fey. That's really what you're saying?
What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have?
You have it backwards, Detective.
Backwards?
The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, Detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately.
What?
No butting your way out of this one, Detective.
Order, order! The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything down.
Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain a died autopsy report?
When? Day after the murder. It was the day after the murder.
The prosecution's point being,
That autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor.
What?
A second autopsy was performed yesterday at my request. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. But there is a possibility the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received those results this morning.
No way!
Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all.
I see.
Damn you, Edgeworth. Should have known you'd have something up your sleeve.
Why, Mr. Wright? You look so shocked. Something you want to say?
You're a sham, Edgeworth. I'm gonna call Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly have to request a second autopsy report?
Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks from the prosecution.
No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court.
Understand. The court accepts the evidence.
Autopsy report updated in the court record. Died from a blow by a blunt object. May have lived for a few minutes after being hit.
Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer.
I suppose that's the obvious conclusion, yes.
Damn. Darn. This isn't good.
The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes.
Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand.
Exactly what part of her is innocent. Exactly.
Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service. Wink.
Order! An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking.
Aw, yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. He's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom.
Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Oh god, my throat's killing me. Well, that's the end of the lemonade. We're going free ball in here. Pray for my throat.
Gee, I was like in my hotel room, TV. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is just directly across the Fanco law offices.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
There was a rat. It was like 9 at night. I looked out the window, you know. And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking was the mousy girl, sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged at one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. And then the woman with the long hair, she kind of slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little itsy witsy wink.
Well, Your Honor.
I see. It's remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any...
Wait, Your Honor!
Yes, Mr. Wright?
What about my cross-examination?
I thought the witness's testimony just now was quite firm. Don't you? Didn't you?
Oh yeah, firm. That's the term they use.
Mr. Wright, I understand you were Mrs. Fay's understudy, were you not? You must know her techniques well. How cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies.
Hey, how dare you?
Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness?
Yes, I'm doing it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. Only because I have a feeling Edgewood doesn't want me to. She has to have some weakness.
Very well, you may begin your cross-examination.
All right, let's see if we can find any loopholes. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it. You can't get out of this question that easily.
I sorta, I had a feeling.
Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Maybe I should press a little harder. Go for it. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely you must have had a reason to look out your window at the time of night.
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed.
Yeah, stop him! The poor girl.
Order!
I'll have a double cheeseburger with cheese and ketchup. Oh, and some bacon and onion rings on the side.
Not that kind of order. Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl. What about poor me?
You looked out the window, did you? What did you see next?
The woman with long hair. That was Mia Fey?
Slender, sort of. Well, some people might say pretty, if that's your thing.
Thing?
And the person attacking her?
The one attacking her was the mousy girl sitting... how do you know she was the defendant?
Oh, well, you know, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of crime with a short, girlish finger. Testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor.
He's right. I question the testimony. Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks.
What?
Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant?
Mr. Wright, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me because I'm clueless. About this, I mean.
Okay. If you had really seen the witness, my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus.
But...
Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder.
She was, Your Honor. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May?
What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the trifling little details were necessary, darling.
Miss May, the court would like you to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl, I promise. Wink.
Your testimony again, if you would.
Damn, I almost had her. Okay, the witness's account.
I did see everything. I did. The victim, a woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. And that clock, that kind of clocky, statuey clock, the thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not starting, teehee?
How would she know it's a clock?
I see. I only wish you had been there so detailed from the beginning. So please begin your cross-examination.
Okay, I gotta go back to the clock thing. I want to press. Press. Clock? Wait, didn't this come up in another testimony recently?
Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lloyd. Can't win them after all.
No, I'm feeling. I'm onto something now. And I object. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing.
Revealing? Oh, you like that, wouldn't you, naughty Mr. Lawyer?
You just said that this statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called this a clock too. And he was found guilty of murder.
Order, order!
Miss May, can you explain how you know this was a clock?
Oh,
The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns.
Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright.
But questions are all I have, Your Honor. As you may recall, I've caught murderers with these questions before. Well, only once.
Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness.
Whew, that was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over.
huh? What? So, what happens now?
What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock?
What? That's... Because I heard it? Yeah, I heard it. It say the time.
So you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co.
No. Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from the hotel room. Teehee.
The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. She could easily have heard the clock.
Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied?
No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court, it is inconceivable that the clock in question rang. It's broken. I think it's broken. That clock's busted.
You think?
Just look at it, Your Honor. Please examine the clock.
Oh,
See anything interesting, Your Honor?
well, I'm not sure I would call this broken, but I doubt it could ring. This clock is missing its clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain the court the meaning of this?
It's as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Bum bum bum.
Fat?
Well, Miss May,
Tisk tisk. Huh? Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright.
he knew the clock was empty? Somehow he knew.
I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty, as you say. It can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clock removed? If it wasn't after the witness heard the clock, then there was no contradiction.
That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might not have been emptied after she heard it.
And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed?
Oh, impossible, of course.
I have proof.
What?
Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much.
The evidence that proves clockwork.
The evidence that proves when the clock was removed was in this phone. Take a look at this.
That's a very cute cell phone.
Oh, you have a girly phone.
Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder.
Order, order.
The defendant's cell phone? This wasn't brought to my attention.
Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it.
The detective better remember he's up for evaluation soon.
I gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you, then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working? That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Your Honor, I think this makes it clear the clockwork was already gone by the time it was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that weapon was a clock?
Yeah. Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Oops, I forgot.
So the witness had seen it before. That would make sense. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Yes. The witness claims that she had seen it before. But this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court.
Well then, let's see it. Please produce the evidence and that you prove the witness has seen this clock before.
Simple. The thinker itself. It's simple. The clock was never in any store, ever.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world. And the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible. Everything is sold in stores.
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Ooh, smack that! A success rate. Oh, excuse is not on sale today. Oh, burn. Oh. Oof. Oh, she pissed.
What's it to you, porcupine head? Let's do the clock's the matter, okay?
Sounds like the idea that Babe Ruth CEOs. Yeah, Michael Bay was never really good at character design.
She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Silly me. Did I lose it?
Oof.
I guess I did. Tee-hee. Wink.
Scary. Yeah, no kidding.
Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock?
Oh dear. Does the defense have any opinion on this behavior?
Okay, this is it. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock because you had heard about it. The witness had never the witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard it was a clock.
She heard?
That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock, and I could show you the proof.
Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me the evidence proving that the witness had heard the murder weapon was a clock.
This wiretap right here. Have a look at this.
Ah! Oh.
I found this in Miss May's room.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is.
Miss April May, you were tapping the victim, Miss Mia Faye's phone, were you not?
Oh.
Your Honor, this is irrelevant. I am not entirely sure that it is.
Objection overruled. It troubles me that our witness was in possession of a wiretap.
This is outrageous. Does the defense truly claim that the witness was tapping her phone?
Absolutely.
If that was the case, which is not, you still have to prove one thing. Did the victim ever say that the weapon was a clock on the phone? Can you prove that? I think not.
Oh yeah, I think I can. It's simple.
What?
Here's my proof. Proof that the victim said on the phone that the weapon was a clock is in... Hang on, let's check. Perfect. Well, yeah, he was not really good for character design, Michael Bay. I present the defendant's cell phone.
Yes, we've seen that.
Listen one more time to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up?
Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while.
Well, actually, there's something I want to hold on for me.
Again? What's it this time?
It's a clock. It's made to look like a statue of the thinker, and it tells you the time. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong?
I...
Yeah, honestly, Michael Bay movies just flat out suck.
Your Honor, this is ridiculous!
Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer.
What?
Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May!
Shut up, all of you. What gives you the right to talk to me like that? You lawyer.
Uh-oh.
It's not fair, all of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl? Is that it? Is that it?
That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. Not really, no. It'd just be all explosions, ends with no plot. Or basically the same plot as every Transformers film. Why did you tap her phone? Answer the question.
Do I have to? Isn't this a murder trial? Isn't tippity tapping irrelevant?
She's saying exactly what Edward wants her to say. Miss May, you were tapping the victim's phone. I hardly call that irrelevant. Yeah, they weren't the best look.
While the court does not condone the defense's tone of voice, he has a point. Well, Miss May, you have an explanation for the court. Can you prove you had nothing to do with this murder, even though you tapped her phone?
Ha! I'd like to see her pull that off.
Mr. Lawyer, I saw that evil grin. You were probably thinking I'd like to see her pull that off, weren't you?
Damn, she's good.
Well, you're not the first man who thought that. And, of course, I can and will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer. Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold. If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and you have regular cold coffee.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy. Wink.
Ergo, the witness was not on the scene at the time of the murder.
So where does this leave us?
It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime, with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant Maya Fey commit murder.
No, they're going to let her just walk away? There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May onto the murder somehow.
Well, does the defense have anything to say?
Well, let's think of it. Call the bellboy as a witness? The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it.
I think you've sunken quite low enough already.
I object to calling the bellboy.
Why? What's your reason?
Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to killing this witness.
Condition?
If Miss May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will reorganize that Miss May was not the killer, that she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fang. That is my condition.
What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? Accept the condition. Alright, got nothing to lose, except, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition.
Fool. You fell right into my trap.
Uh-oh. Wait.
Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand.
I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service.
That tea looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony.
Very good, sir. You enjoying the Sedgeworth? Yes, I am. Thank you, Mr. Bellboy. Well, I really love your voice. Well, I love your voice, too. Oh, man, it's really nice to understand someone with high etiquetteness. I understand and the same feeling. Can you tell which voice I'm doing right now? I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought to her at precisely the requested time, of course. I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself.
I see. The defense may begin its cross-examination.
Right, I'm ready. I hope. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved with the murder now, Maya will be finished. Miss Maya Faye's room service.
I am the head bell...
Okay. What exactly is it you do at the hotel?
Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests, I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I check Miss May in personally.
Are you always so prim?
Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions.
Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone?
Absolutely, sir.
How can you be certain?
I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them. And I... The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir.
Yes, what then?
Wait, them? I asked... 9 on Dutch, say.
Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on TV, and I wished to drink after she finished, sir.
9, the time of the murder. Precisely 9, then?
Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir, 9 p.m.
How can you be so sure?
Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy, I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9, sir.
Why would you be so particular by that time? You were sure it was Miss April May herself?
Absolutely, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir, as in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine.
How come you're so certain?
Well, when I brought the room service, sir, the guests, sir, favored me with an embarrasser, sir.
Embarrasser? Is that French for embrace?
It's French for kiss, sir. It's not a French kiss, sir. More of a peck on the cheek.
Why would she have done that?
I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget, sir.
Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think if Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is this it?
finally you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here.
It was a bit tedious. The witness may leave the stand.
Can't let this happen, can I? Protest. Wait! Please wait.
Yes? Does the defense have something to add?
One last question. Let me ask one last question.
Your Honor, I must object. The charade of justice has gone on long enough.
Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. We'll give you one more question, that's all.
Okay. This is really it. Now this is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in. Maybe check-in? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May.
Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was she was beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it's a disappointment, really.
I see. Excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment?
Well, I'm not without charm, sir, but even I had a little chance with her lover there.
A second person. What did he say? What did you say?
Rather, quite.
Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person?
I object. That was objectional.
Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question.
Well, yes, I see.
Why did you not mention this in your testimony?
Well, sir, you didn't ask.
Nice try. That's the sort of thing you're normally supposed to mention.
Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. It was the good barista there, Mr. Angelo Coop. He asked me not to mention it if it wasn't specifically asked, sir.
Oof!
Oh! You fool!
Oh! I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked onto a twin room with a man, correct?
Yes, sir.
Then when you brought this room service, you didn't see that man in the room?
That's right, sir.
Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who may have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold that it's impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? Oh, say it's still continuing? I didn't know that.
And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person?
Simple. It was the man with Miss Way. The man who checked in with Miss May. Ooh. Your Honor, as he's been previously revealed, Miss April Mann was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself was an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man that was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder.
What a convenient little setup, but it's too late.
Too late? I suppose you'd like to think it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Oof! Right in the ego! Upstart! Amateur! These accusations are ludicrous!
Enough! The court acknowledges the defense argument. I expect the prosecution defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
That is all today for the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned.
September 7th, 2:24 p.m. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, Super Sentai. I thought I misread that as Saint Seiya. Sorry. Okay, defendant lobby number 1.
Miss Wright, you were amazing in there. Really? I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know.
Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool too. Huh? The face of his, with his eyes wide and his trembling lips. It sends shivers up my spine.
If you say so. Remember, he's gonna lock you up and throw away the key.
So what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway?
I heard they arrested her. I guess she's learned. Her charms won't work everywhere. She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Oh, I guess that is true. Did you also know that they also did like a cover song of that song that goes, "And I run so far away," for like the English opening? Though it's kind of unfair considering the Saint Seiya theme song is like literally fire, especially the Omega version. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so.
Sis,
Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow, I promise.
I'm counting on you.
I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now I have it. I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken for the record. The victim dodged an attack and ran to the right, but she was caught and struck. I don't know how much good this will do me at all. That's true. Toei does own them. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in the detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. To be continued. And unfortunately, I think that's where we'll be wrapping things up with Ace Attorney. Ladies and gentlemen. And hey, this has actually been really interesting. Oh, that explains the art style. But anyways, that wraps up our Ace Attorney stream today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this murder mystery as it enters us into some very interesting situations. But that about does it for us, and I hope to see you guys in a couple of weeks with the rest of Episode 2, and probably Episode 3. As next week we'll be playing Mario and Luigi Brothership. I'll give you guys a schedule of what's happening next week. But until then, this is the Angel Star signing out on the Star Jennison. Yes, that is true. They also did do My Hero Academia. So, see you next time, everybody. Thanks for watching.